Welcome to History at Home, bringing the museum to you. The War of 1812 saw many battles fought within the Niagara region. Today we are going to explore one in particular and how that battle was remembered and commemorated over the years. The Battle of Lundy's Lane was fought on July 25, 1814, right here in Drummond Hill Cemetery. The battlefield extends out beyond the confines of the cemetery, but the high ground, which was the focal point of the conflict, was right here. The battle began around 7 p.m. and was the bloodiest battle of the war. It began in the early evening and raged on past midnight, and in the end, both sides claimed victory. While the outcome may be in contention, the British stopped American advance on the peninsula and eventually encouraged them to withdraw from Upper Canada completely. Let's fast forward to July 25, 1914, the 100th anniversary of the battle. The event began as a Canadian celebration, but evolved into an international one, with representatives from both sides of the river celebrating 100 years of peace between our two countries. The event was planned by the Lundy's Lane Historical Society. They received a $2,000 grant from the government for the celebration and spent months planning. Media of the day report a whopping 10 to 20,000 individuals in attendance. The Globe described the event as a rousing demonstration in honor of the century of peace. The Toronto World newspaper called it one of the most noteworthy events in the history of the Niagara frontier. A parade began the festivities, featuring politicians, militia, local historical society members, school children, and Six Nations chiefs. The parade ended in the Drummond Hill Cemetery and was followed by singing and speeches. Both American and Canadian speakers lauded over the bravery of the soldiers, peppered with just a few quips about which side actually won the battle. The museum's collection features a few artifacts from the centenary celebrations, including these commemorative banners displayed in the Gale Family War of 1812 gallery. Here we see a commemorative ribbon from the Niagara Frontier Veterans Assembly. Walking through the cemetery today, we can see plenty of reminders of the Battle of Lundy's Lane and even the centenary celebrations. One of my favorite parts of the cemetery is this tree. This is a copper beech tree, easily distinguished by its purple leaves. Its size and unique foliage really makes it stand out within the cemetery. This tree is a lasting reminder of the celebration of July 1914, as it was planted as part of the festivities. Today, in 2020, this tree is now 106 years old. Here we see a monument also erected in July 1914 by the Lundy's Lane Historical Society, commemorating the 100th anniversary. The City of Niagara Falls designated the tree for its heritage in 2003. And it was added to the Register of Canada's Historic Places in 2008. We can see on the bark that some people have carved their initials. While I wouldn't want anyone to do this today, I think it adds some history to the tree. Here we see a heart with Andy loves Diane. Below, presumably years later, is written Andy still loves Diane. On July 25, 2014, at the bicentennial or the 200th anniversary of the battle, the Lundy's Lane Historical Society planted a sister copper beech tree here, across the street from the Drummond Hill Cemetery on the Redmond Heights. This land is still part of the battlefield, and as I'm sure you can imagine, real estate in the 200-plus-year-old cemetery is rather hard to come by. This tree, like its sister, is a living monument to the sacrifices of those on both sides of the war that lost their lives, and a reminder of the years of peace that continues to extend along our borders. Thanks for letting us bring the museum to you.